How's it going? This is Westpoint Steve. I am doing a submission video for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rescue-Palooza. This is a fan-made game that was released last year. And so let's get right into it. So here we go. This is a fan-made game that basically takes a bunch of retro turtle games and combines it into one game. So this was released almost about a year ago in 2019. It stems all the turtle games from Turtles 1 to 4. It has Hyperstone Heist in there. It has various turtle Game Boy games in there. And also, I believe it also has a turtle, one of the turtle Game Boy Advance games mixed in as well. Bunch of different games all into one, jam-packed. A lot of playable characters that you can play throughout the game. There's two settings. You could do a story and arcade mode. Arcade mode basically gives you every character possible to play, whereas the story mode builds characters as you move up throughout the game. So here we go. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rescue-Palooza, and I hope you enjoy it. We are going to kind of do this in a way where if I were actually run the game, this is how I would go about it. This game is going to be featured at Retrothon 2020 this year, and so here we go. We're gonna go for it. Here we go. All right, this is my world record run that's current so far of this game. There are many different versions of the game right now due to patches and all that kind of stuff, and the patch that I currently use is the 1.09 patch. And there's reasons for that, and we'll talk about those reasons here shortly. But we are doing the story mode %. So here we go. Story mode starts off with a tutorial. Unfortunately, you gotta learn what all the attacks do. And so you're doing your basic attack to start off. I'm playing this game using a Super Nintendo controller, believe it or not, so that I can use various buttons for various things. So as you can see right now, I'm doing a forward attack, which when you do forward, you start sprinting. Alright. So moving along, this may look familiar from the Turtles 4 ideas. The spikes definitely come from the idea of Turtles 4. The sewer kind of comes from the idea of Turtles 4. The playable turtle that I'm playing with right now, as I'm doing the jump attack kicks, looks like the turtle from Turtles 2, the arcade game, which I'm also a speedrunner of, and really enjoy playing that as well. But as you can see here, that last attack was from the Turtles 2 game. This one right here, the attack that I'm doing, is coming from Turtles 3. Turtles 3 Manhattan Project. So you'll see that I will never use that move. You'll see me use the special attack from Turtles 2 from time to time, and I will use the special attack button. And as you can see, Leo does the spin move from Turtles 3, and so the special attack button is the green bar up there on the top, and I will use it for specific things. So now we're getting into the bulk of the game. As you can see, that it's about to do the Turtles 4, but then it stops, and then you got this show coming on from Shredder. And Shredder's explaining to the Turtles that he's captured everyone, all of the Turtles' friends from the entire Turtles series, from the cartoons, based on everything like that. And so we are off and running. So we're going to start off with the ship as the very first stage of the game. And the ship is from Turtles 3. So we are actually playing a Turtles 3 level. And it's using a lot of the same features from Turtles 3, where we are seeing enemies come out of the holes like you see here. And the interesting thing is you can take out enemies immediately when you can take out enemies immediately when they come out of things such as doors and hatches like that. So here I'm in the vehicle from Turtles 3. This vehicle you'll see in Turtles 3 when you play the actual game itself, the Manhattan Project. I will use this for this stage. The turtles are actually not very strong in this game. The turtles don't have very strong attacks. The special attack does do a little bit more damage than the regular attack, which is different for all the characters. But you're going to see that every character has a different set of damage that they will produce. And so here we go. We're already to the first boss fight with Ground Chuck and Dirtbag from the Turtles 3. They are definitely doing the Turtles 3 idea with these two bosses. And you'll see from time to time the different boss fights will come from different games and they'll react differently. So these two guys are definitely from Turtles 3. So as you can see, Ground Chuck will do the same thing like he does in Turtles 3. Grab the pipe and now swing with the pipe and then does his dash thing. Dirtbag is ripping me apart. But the key to these fights, and you'll see this throughout the run, where if there's two or more bosses in the boss fight, I want to converge them together so I can hit both of them at the same time. And that's the first stage of the game. We will only use Dirtbag from that group. So there you go. So like I was saying, I want to converge the guys together, and that will help me a ton. Alright, so the reason why I picked Dirtbag is for this very reason. If I do the dash attack, I can move really quickly throughout the stage. And that's going to help me a ton. And also Dirtbag's special attack is very, very powerful in this game. And so when you get familiar with this game and you start playing the arcade version, arcade mode, Shredder will also have the same attack, the special attack, as like Dirtbag has. And it's very powerful as well. It's actually more powerful than Dirtbag's. And so we use Shredder instead of Dirtbag in levels like these because his attack is just extremely powerful. So as you can see, this level here is the dojo, and the dojo is representative of Turtles 2, the arcade game, one of the stages from that game, and it's actually probably the hardest stage in that game, to be honest with you, because running that game consistently, I've not taken a good liking of this stage. But anyway, it's still a good stage here. What I picked up there was also the ooze, and what the ooze does is actually enlarge my character like 1,000 times bigger, and I can just do this all day and just stand here and just hit things like this. And the tiger is easy just like that to take out. And I'm setting up for the second tiger, and I'm going to use my special attack, and boom, there you go. And the special attack actually just hits the tiger, and I don't have to do anything there. Alright, so more scorpions. Scorpions are notorious in Turtles 2. They are the killer of many runs. Thank goodness they're not the killer of many runs in this game. However, they take a ton of hits to get rid of. They take about 6 hits from Dirtbag to get rid of them, and it's a pain in the butt. It is really a pain in the butt to try to get them, try to hit them with them, especially with that pickaxe. As you can see, and then also you have to be in a certain range to hit the foot soldiers. Okay, we're getting near to the end of the stage right here. These are these ninja guys here that throw out these knives. These guys can take 3 hits off a Dirtbag. They're a little bit annoying, but if you do this attack where you let them come in and then they all of a sudden get stuck to the screen, you can just do 3 hits immediately, and it's that easy. So we're mini boss fight here. The game will contain mini bosses before the boss fight, and the mini boss of this one is Tatsu from Turtles Hyperstone Heist. As you can see, I'm using my special attack as needed, and Tatsu's just about done here. He's pretty basic. He's not too difficult. As you can see, I'm like a few pixels above where he's at, and that's for very good reason. Some of the attacks will not hit your character when they're slightly above or below the actual pixel of where the boss is at. So here is Shogun. He is a pain in the butt. But we have our lovely, powerful special that helps us a ton in this fight, and it's going to be very needed. I'm going to take an intentional death for a reason, and what that does is it refills my special attack so I can take him out with the special attack at the very end. And so basically 2 specials and then a few hacks, and then it's done. And that's Shogun in a nutshell, and that's Dojo. Woohoo! There it is. Okay, again, more characters we could play with, but the reason why we did that stage was because we want Shogun, because Shogun and Dirtbag are going to be our two main characters for the rest of this run. Because one, Shogun's attack is so wide and it's so powerful. And there's another reason I do this a lot. I will be jumping and attacking the entire time, trying to get rid of enemies really quickly and trying to take multiple enemies out at once instead of trying to get one at a time. As you can see, that didn't happen there on that screen. But this is the street level. As you can see, it starts with the Turtles 2 stage. And yes, I just said starts with the Turtles 2 stage, and you'll see what's about to happen here shortly. These are dynamites. This is the only time I believe you see dynamites throughout the whole game, the Dynamite Foot Clan. So that's it. There you go. The Dynamite Foot Clan from Turtles 2. Okay, and there's this girl on the skateboard. Do not attack the girl on the skateboard. We could give an incentive here for me to attack the girl on the skateboard. Because if you do that, then we have to fight her. Yes, we do have to fight her. So here's another mini boss fight. This is Tempestra, and I'm not too familiar which game she comes from, but Tempestra is very annoying, and this is one of the reasons why it could be very annoying. If she does that one single move where she drops like bombs from the sky, but if not, this is what she does. She just goes back and forth like this, and you just take her out pretty quickly, and then we're done. Okay, so like I said, it starts off with a Turtles 2 stage, and now it transitions to a Turtle 3 stage. So this is one of the Turtle 3 stages, where where Manhattan has gone up into the sky, and now the Turtles are on Manhattan trying to figure out what Shredder's doing. And so here's this stage from Turtles 3. And so I'm taking guys out little by little, and this game is pretty cool so far. The interesting thing is that the makers of this fan-made game has taken the game and like made the pixels a lot better and a lot cleaner, and has really made this game a lot better looking, even than like Turtles 2 and Turtles 3 were originally made, and even Turtles 1 when they were originally made for the NES. But it's really a clean made game, and I really have enjoyed playing it. All right, so we're coming down near the end of this stage. This stage is actually one of the longer stages we have to get through. There's a lot of different foot soldiers, but a lot of different things that you deal with from the actual game itself. Here's this one little single strat. If you just go right over here in this corner, those barrels will not touch you. And here's a couple other strats. There you see 4 guys pop out. Boom! You have to hit immediately as soon as that happens. And same thing there. You knock out all 4 guys. Okay, here we go. Now we get the Triceratons. Okay, we have to face 3 of these guys. Yep, we have to face 3 of these guys. Familiar with Turtles? These guys are annoying. They are very annoying. So here we go. But as you can see, I'm trying to get all 3 of them together, so I'm hitting all 3 instead of just one at a time. It wastes time if you're doing all 3 at once, and you want to try to do it in one single life and not die, and just like I did there, just barely getting through. Okay, we just got new characters. Who cares? Now after every 3 stages we have to do a bonus stage. Nothing I can do here. Nothing I can do. Previous patches actually allowed you to go to the bonus stage if you chose to do it, and there was no choice in the matter because they placed the head in a specific spot, so you couldn't go to some specific levels if you wanted to. So if you wanted to go to those other specific levels, you had to go to this special bonus stage. But in this patch, it forces you to do the bonus stages no matter what every 3 stages. So you do the simple one where you're on a skateboard, and that's actually the fastest one out of the 4 that are there. There's a gunning one that you just shoot at Turtles. It's not Turtles, that Foot Clan. It's similar to the Turtles 4 bonus stage in the sewers, and then you have a couple other where they're on a glider, they're catching pizza, or they are they're on this little I can't remember what it is because it's actually the one I always avoid. It's where they're on a gun and they have to try to make something work. I can't remember. But right now we're in construction. This is the construction stage, and this is coming from the Turtles Game Boy Advance game. So the enemies that you got I was just taking out were from that version of the game. Barrels are from Turtles 2. As you will see, these are placed in a few stages throughout the game as well. But here we go. We got another mini boss fight coming up. Shredder's coming over here, and he's saying some words. He's like, I'm tired of this, so I'm going to just shoot this out and make a huge guy named Cement Man. Cement Man comes out. He starts throwing cement. There's actual spot where you could stand where he will not hit you, and it's actually quite hilarious. You can just stand right there, as you see I was doing for a second. If you get the right RNG, he will just be in a far enough distance where you can't hit him at all, and it's great. These guys have the best sound effects, though. They're just, when they get hit, they're like, ah! They got 4 of them right there. Alright, so there's not many, oh, I didn't want to hit that barrel, because what happens is you lose a few seconds. But there aren't many glitches, but there's this one glitch in this stage that actually helps us here. I hit that barrel, and what that barrel does is it sends me across the screen, and it actually sends me over that pit cliff, and then the guys just all of a sudden merge off to the left side. If you don't get that little glitch, it kind of wastes a couple of seconds because you actually have to wait for the guys to go down into the pit with you. So after that, we are now facing Toka and Raja, and this is a fight where I want to have guys together. There's a reason why I left that pizza there, so I could pick it up, so I can finish off, so I don't have to die. A death actually loses a couple seconds, and that was really a good fight there. If you notice, I will never use Shogun's special because Shogun's special is very, very weak. Very, very weak. His head comes off like in his boss fight, and it does absolutely nothing. So I will never use his special attack. The only special attack I will use throughout the game is Dirt Bags because it's really powerful. Alright, so here we go. We got a mixture of Turtles 1 here in this stage, and I'm going to miss a ton of jumps here, but it happens. But again, the reason why we use Dirtbag is because he's a little bit faster, and I can use that dash attack to my advantage, as I am failing on some jumps here. Hopefully get a good laugh out of that. But we are dashing through and using the dash attack to skip over and to move the screen quickly. Alright, so here's a mini boss section here, and there's a mixture of Turtles 1 and Turtles 3 here. The foot sign in the background that comes actually from Turtles 3. And the boss fight right now is from Turtles 1, where we have to fight the Mecha Turtle. So here we go. Mecha Turtle can be a pain in the butt. He can stay up in the air just like that for a very long time, and I've seen boss fights like that with him. Or he can be down on the ground like this, where I just take him out. Now, like I said before, that special attack's very important because look, it's still there on the screen. Now, again, like I said, there's not many glitches that you can do in this game, but there are some right here that are very useful. I take these drops intentionally because then I don't have to platform in some spots. And so that's why I do some of these. But as you can see, I've taken so much damage up to this point that these little guns from Turtles back from the sewers Game Boy game actually take me out. So moving on, this is Slash, and this is the Slash from Turtles 3, not Turtles 4. Okay, so the Slash fight is coming from Turtles 3. And so that's a quick and easy fight. Use the special attack to your advantage. Again, I'm using my special attack to my advantage so I can get multiple hits on them. And there you go. That is the rooftop stage. Now let's head to Dimension X. Dimension X is going to have a bunch of have some Turtles 4 references here. We got some Turtle 4 look-like stages here. This looks similar to Turtles 4 with some of the background, but not totally all Turtles 4 here. All right, so we're gonna have these little gunner guys. If you think something's funny to watch Shogun, watching Shogun being in one of those gunners is actually quite funny because he's really ridiculously huge in those. Here is these little dinosaur monster things. They're like, they come in as little crangs when you kill them sometimes, and sometimes you can kill them really fast and they just die. I thought he was just dead, but there's a little crang there, and we take him out, and he's dead. I don't remember where those come from. I don't ever remember them in the cartoon series, but I guess they are in the game or in the show at some point, and I don't remember, but that's okay. But we're gonna use this cliff to our advantage. This pit's gonna be to our advantage because we could just do that and they're done. As you can see, I did that before. I did that with a soldier, a rock soldier, and then a Foot Clan earlier. Use that to your advantage, and that goes through that section a lot quicker than taking about 7 to 8 hits to knock out this. All right, we got a little cruiser here, a foot cruiser coming in, and we're just gonna hack at this thing. This will be a quick 2-cycle. You get a good chunk of hits in the first cycle, then in the second cycle we'll get rid of them, then 4 of those guys will come out, and you just do that. Bam, done. All right, Anthrax. He's gonna be the mini boss here, coming down. And there's the Turtle 3 like UFO thing that takes up Manhattan. It drops down Anthrax, and you're gonna be fighting him. He likes to do this thing where if he knows that you're trying to attack him, he's gonna try to go upwards and get away from you, and that's what he did for me until right here. You just knock him out just like that. It's a pretty quick and easy fight. And now we're gonna go board the big spaceship. So here we go. So after being in Dimension X, now we board this thing, and there's the animation from Turtles 3. A lot cleaner, a lot more cleaner than from the actual Turtles 3 game. All right, now we're in the spaceship level from Turtles 4, and now we're actually going to go backwards. We're going to go backwards. We're going to go to the left instead of the right on this one. And so that's the interesting thing here. The other stages we will go we'll go to the right. In this stage we go to the left. This is the only stage, I believe this is the only stage that goes left, now that I think about it. So Shredder up on the screen right there. He's like wanting us to die, but that's okay. Shogun's really powerful in this game. His damage is really good. Nearing the end of this stage actually already, taking out these gunners. These gunners stem from Turtles 2. Alright, and then these sprays. These sprays come from Turtles 2 as well. And I call them hair sprays in Turtles 2. But they're ice sprays. They spray out. All this is really the strat that I figured out for it. You just go up and down. You wait for it to spray, and then boom, done. Alright, here we go. So we got Trog and Granitor. I just realized something. I might be delayed in my timer. I'm gonna change that really quick for you all. We are facing Granitor and General Trog right now, and again, like I said, we want to get both of them together, but obviously the RNG was not helping me there. Did not happen, and that was the fight. So there we go. That's Dimension X for you. Okay, again, more characters that you can play as, but we are not going to pick them at all. Okay, again, this has been 3 more levels since the last time. We have to do the bonus stage. Again, I always will get the skateboard one. You just time it just right. You will always get the skateboard one. It's the easiest one to do, and it's also the fastest because we don't have to worry about certain button presses and all that kind of stuff. And so all we're doing is collecting pizzas. I might have about 15 to 20 lives by the end of this game because of the fact that I'm just racking up pizzas and points, and that's it. And again, that's really quick and easy. All right, so the next stage we're going to go to is the park, and this level is very familiar if you play Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES, because it is the snow level in Manhattan. It's the snow level from Turtles 2. All right. So this is actually a pretty short level. Guys keep coming in. There's the truck that comes in from Turtles 2. Don't get in the way. He's going to hurt you. All right, snowmen. Snowmen are actually really kind in this game. Really kind. They're such a pain in the butt in Turtles 2 in the NES game, but not so much here. We're going to pick up this canister so that we can take out enemies a little bit quickly with Shogun. But the one thing that Shogun has a hard time with is hitting enemies with this attack, because with his own regular attack when he's big like this, and it's a little bit tougher to hit enemies. So what I try to do is I try to force the enemy and trying to hit him myself instead of having to make the hits and all that good stuff. Hopefully my commentary is now on sync where it needs to be for you all right now. I just realized 20 minutes in, I just realized that it was out of sync, but that's okay. That's okay because this game is awesome. I love playing this game. All right. So here we go. We're just getting near to the end of this game. Not the end of this game. This end of this level. Tora is going to be the boss fight in this. And Tora, if you know from Turtles 2, he can be a handful. Especially if you don't know how to handle him in both the U.S. and Japanese versions of the game. But in this game, he's actually a little bit easier, especially with Shogun, because you can just hit. And the Pogo Copter right there, you want to keep him to the right side. It's a pretty simple fight. It's not much of a mini boss fight. But this is what you want to do with Tora. You want to have him just rotate left and right, just like what I'm doing right now, and be at a certain distance where you can still hack at him. And he's such a quick boss fight, and it's that easy. So there you go. I'm going to talk about during the beach stage. I'm going to just talk about a little bit about how these runs have come to be. We've had many speedrunners from the Turtles community start off with these runs and try to figure out what characters work best, and we boiled it down to Shogun as being really one of the best characters in the game. You can almost probably say you can run the entire game with Shogun and almost get just as fast of a time, but the problem with Shogun is his speed. He's not very quick. So as you can see, I never use his dash attack like I do with Dirtbag. It's because his dash attack is actually really slow and doesn't go very far. So that's one of the reasons why I don't use that specifically. But when we saw what Shogun's range does, his range is unbelievable. He's got the biggest range for his attack out of all the characters in the game. And so, and it's a strong attack. It's not a weak attack, which is something that that you need for this game. You want to take out enemies as fast as you can, and you want to take them out in one hit versus two. And so Shogun gives us that best opportunity right here, as you can see. Now again, like I said, I use a lot of the jumping and attacking like that because I can reach with my weapon. I don't know what you call that. It's stick with a blade. I don't know what you call it. Maybe somebody might know what it is, but I'm reaching as far as I can, so I don't have to go all the way over to the enemy, and that's very helpful in certain points of the game, especially when you're trying to get the last enemy down and you're trying to get it from a distance. All right, so here we go. We got Armageddon, Armageddon. Armageddon? Yeah, I guess you say Armageddon. I don't know how you say the name because I don't recognize where he comes from, to be honest with you. But I do know he comes from one of the games because I've seen the character before, um, but I don't recognize the name. Ray Fillet. So when we started out, I picked Ray Fillet because of his power, and he did pretty good. Like how I beat the game the first time was with Ray Fillet, but obviously we figured out that Shogun would be it. Here's a little thing for you. One cycle bugs. They're all lined up in a row of 5. And you need to get I mean, not a row, a column of 5 bugs, and you have to get them all down in one swoop. So you hit the 2 bugs on the bottom, then you go get the last 3 with your jump attack, and boom, you get it. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good strat. I had to figure it out. That one was hard to figure out, but doing some practice with the arcade, and this is how you get better at playing this game. Once you beat the game once in story mode, it unlocks the arcade, and you just play levels over and over again with arcade, and you just learn how the game works with arcade. If you didn't recognize those bugs actually come from Turtles 1, but they kind of changed how they work a little bit. And then you got tournament fighters in the background. So yes, they kind of use tournament fighters in some points, and there are some characters from tournament fighters. I forgot to mention that one. So yes, tournament fighters is a game that will be featured with some of the enemies. Alright, and then there we go. Moving on. So as you can see, we are in channel 6. And we're trying to save people from channel 6. Irma might be somebody you might be familiar with, and plus the guy, I think his name is Boone, or I can't remember. But Vernon's in the background as well. And we had talks for a while when we started playing this game about doing a Vernon % run. Let's just say Vernon may not even get past like 2 stages. He's the worst character in the game. The very worst character in the game. And so yeah, he's really bad. Vernon's the worst player in the game. His everything is only 1 dot, and believe me, it takes a while to kill enemies. Alright, so we just beat up Baxter. Now we're going to go after Karai here, and Karai is a pain in the butt. She's probably like one of the worst enemies in the game. Worst boss fights in the game. This attack by itself. If you get caught in that lightning bolt attack, you're basically screwed. Let's just put it that way. It's not a good thing to be a part of that attack, because she just rips you apart. But if she keeps doing that jumping attack, which she did to me on that one, it's a long fight. If she does the lightning attack, it could be really easy. Bernie, that's right. His name is Bernie. Bernie. Okay. All right. Again, another 3 levels. We're in the we're in our bonus stage. This is like a perfect place for donations. Like, it's about 30 seconds long, so you can do a donation set right through these bonus stages with ease. All right. And we're just getting pizzas. Yeah. Get those pizzas. Leonardo's hungry. That's what he is. He's hungry. He's hungry for this game. He wants this game to be played. One of the reasons why this game came out last year was because it's been the 30th anniversary of the Turtles games, and then the arcade game itself that came out in 1989. And so it came out for the 30-year anniversary of the Turtles arcade, and that's one of the reasons why we started looking into it. And it's probably one of the better made games that we've seen. One of the better made games that we've seen of a fan-made game for Turtles. And I just love how it just, again, like I said, they've taken the pixels and they've revamped them, and they've really made the game really clean. So we're in the swamp stage. This is Knucklehead. Knucklehead is like a spider thing that comes down and tries to snatch you. And you have to find the spot where Knucklehead will stop and shoot lasers out. And there he is. There he goes. Finally found it. Once he gets down there, you want to try to get about 6 hits. You could try to get a 2-cycle out of this. I barely got a 2-cycle out of that, but it took a while to even get him to stay down. And you'll find that it's not that easy. You got to find the spot that it will do that, and RNG is going to be the key for that. All right, this is a taking out of Turtles 2 right here with drones. And the drones are not going in a circular pattern like they do in Turtles 2. They work more like they do in Turtles 3, where they just go in different spots and locations. Alright, here's a Mother Mouser from Turtles 3. And that's, I believe, the first appearance throughout the game for it there. These guys, I would like to believe, came from the Game Boy Advance game. I don't know these characters myself because there's only so many Turtle games I've played before, but that's okay. And here we go, Knuckleheads again. This time, Knucklehead is when you guys you have these these foot soldiers coming after you this time, and it made it a little bit tougher, but that's okay. Now we got Leatherhead. This is the Leatherhead from Turtles 4 and probably Hyperstone Heist, because he acts the same way in Hyperstone Heist as well. But he is this easy if you can get him to do this. Stay to one side. And boom, done. Again, you don't want to die. You don't want to lose a life during boss fights. It actually wastes a few seconds. But we're through on that stage. Here we go. Hey kids, you want to take over the world? Okay. Here we go. Shogun again. Alright. This stage might look familiar. This is the apartment stage from Turtles 2, where you go in and save April. This time around, there is no fire down below. This time you're just going through a shortened version of this game. Looks more towards the arcade version, the actual arcade, versus the NES version of the game. But you'll see it's like a mixture of both. So here we go. All right, this stage is one of the quicker stages in the game. It doesn't take very long. And again, as you can see, I'm using that jump attack to my advantage to take out guys on the very, very end of the line there. As you can see, though, we're almost down to all the first stages of the game. I think there's like only 1 or 2 left after this one. And when you get done with those stages, you get to face like 3 stages afterwards. It's almost like a Mega Man idea. They like add a Mega Man idea to it, and you'll see here in a few minutes the Mega Man idea. So originally, when we were starting off these runs, we were seeing how fast the game could go. We originally believed that the game couldn't go below an hour, but then we found some strats from Omquat, and L-Rock helped in the contribution of finding which characters work best. And we put it all together, and we found, hey, this could definitely go sub-hour. So, but a good estimation to be safe would probably be 1 hour and 2 minutes, just to be safe, just in case of some bad luck, RNG. But it's pretty doable in less than an hour. In less than an hour. Maybe I even put an estimate maybe to 1 hour only. But here's Rocksteady and Bebop. They act similar to the arcade game, the actual arcade, the 1989 arcade, versus the actual the NES arcade. And there you go. And hey, you saved April. Here's one of my favorite scenes. Shredder comes out. No, not today. April's like, no, not today. I'm gonna whip you with that. Whip you with my microphone. All right. Hey kids, you want to take over the world? Okay, we have sewer left and the van. So Dirtbag is going to be used in both of these levels, and for a very good reason. So the sewers look like the sewers from Turtles 1, and you're going through, and you'll see some various, like these lava men, mud men, I can't remember what they're called, from Turtles 1, to be honest with you. But you see that all of these enemies are from Turtles 1. And then you get the frog guy. Oh, if you get that, that's one shot. One shot KO right there if you get the special attack on him. And you're just moving on. You're almost to the end of the first half of the stage. This is a really quick stage, by the way. And you deal with a pizza monster from Turtles 4 in Hyperstone Heist. And you're just hacking him away for a little bit. And then you do this one little simple strat. Almost with a 1.5 cycle there. But that's okay. We got through. We're moving on. You can actually get it in the one shot like that if you play it off right. Alright. These rats come out of the sewer. Now you're in this part of the stage. You're facing off some rats to start off. And then you got these foot soldiers. So if you see that you got the rats there, you could kind of get a hint on who's going to be the boss fight of this. And it is our lovely Rat King. So the Rat King is going to be the boss fight here. So the easy thing to do is to get the special attack when he's doing that. He's trying to summon his lovely rats to help him out. You get him to do his rat when he's doing that whistle with his rat attack. You start off with that special. You've already took out half of his health, and then the rest of the fight's just like this. You're just jumping back and forth with them, trying to hack at him. And then Splinter drops down. Yay, you saved Splinter. Alright. Cowabunga. Alright, we're looking for a few good mutants. Alright, bonus. This is the last time you'll see the bonus stage. So we have to do it one more time. One more time. Again, perfect time if this would be the run at SGDQ. I mean, donations would be read right here. And donations could be read at a lot of different places throughout the game. But this is a good game so far. Good run so far, actually. This is from my world record run. This definitely I feel like can be improved on. I think it can go into a 56. This is a 57:03 run, so definitely I think I could shave off the 3 seconds there. All right, the van. The van's going to be a mixture of a little bit of Turtles 2 with some of the Game Boy game. I believe Back from the Sewers will appear here, and there's a little bit of Turtles 3 because of that foot soldier flying machine there. We'll see the name in a second. I can't remember off the top of my head. Alright, here's Barney Stockman. He's flying in the little machine. But little does he know, all I gotta do is this. Oh. Now, as you can see, I'm falling off the van for a specific reason, and that's to get my special back. So I can do this. So I can get that. The bubble copter, that's what it's called. There you go. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll shoot once, drop, shoot again, take it out, and then I forget the drop. So as soon as I make that happen, I should drop again so I can refill my special attack. It's like abusing the special attack, and that's something that we found throughout this this van stage, and courtesy to L-Rock for finding all that. Alright, here we go. So we're facing against Chrome Dome right now. Okay, I want to use a special attack, and then I'll die so I can get it refilled again, and then take him out one more time. And then boom, done. Alright. 41 minutes in, we've completed, I believe that's all 10 stages. I think that was 10 stages. 10 or 13, can't remember. Can't remember how many times I do the bonus stage right off the top of my head. I think I did it 4 times. So I think it's 13 stages. So now we'll face off into the latter stages of the game. We're going to go face off against Krang here for a second. And you'll see why. Oh, thank you for playing. The end. Woohoo! Well, we think we were done. Nope, question mark. One thing I have failed to mention is that a lot of the voiceover stuff comes from actual Turtle shows. From the Turtle cartoon series, animated series. And so the I'm a little annoyed comes from that, from the actual show itself. And you'll hear actual Shredder commentary as well from the actual show versus the game itself. So, and if you don't remember, the voice of Shredder was Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince. Alright, so here we go. Krang, this is a simple fight. Just hack at the hit spot. Okay, you get inside Krang, and here we go. You just do this to speed through everything. And because we like to go fast, we don't want to get hit by these little crusher things, as you can see, that will fall here in a second. Doom, like just like that. And then you get to this spot right here, use your special, hack, 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 get shocked, hack, and then get hit right there. But I'm going to use this hold to my advantage to refill my special, so I can beat up Krang. Krang looks like the Krang from Turtles 2, and he does a lot of the similar attacks from Turtles 2. And that's the boss fight. As you can see, I'm going to fall in the hole to refill my special, and then grab the pizza to refill my health for the next fight, because the next fight is the Technodrome Scout. So this is the Technodrome from Turtles 1. Apparently it's a huge Technodrome in Turtles 1, because we go inside that Technodrome, but it's very, very small, which I don't understand. But anyway, you're going to do some hacks for a little bit. Use your special to your advantage, because you get on that platform and then you hit the eyeball really easily, and then that's the fight. That's really easy fight. Just ignore everything else that hits you. They give you a lot of life to get through things, and it's really quick and easy. Alright, now we're going into the Technodrome, and we're going to have 2 more stages here after this. So after this stage here, we're going to have 2 more. So now we're in Turtles 3 Technodrome right now to start off. And again, we're dealing with some gunners from Turtles 2. So a bunch of the foot soldiers come from Turtles 2. Many of them do. And as you can see, I'm using this this attack to my advantage. As they come in, I'm just going to hit them. As they come in, they have no chance to come out, and I don't have to worry about fighting all 4 of them at once. C-3POs. I like to call them C-3POs. You have these guys, these robots shooting guns at you. They are from the Turtles 3 game, and these guys are annoying too. Here's one of my favorite scenes in the game right here. I don't know if you guys can hear it. But we'll definitely let that, if the game gets in, uh, we'll definitely allow that to be played so you guys can hear it. It's quite hilarious to watch what Krang is doing right there. He's watching a movie, and all of a sudden, hey, we've interrupted Krang's movie time. Sorry, Krang. All right, so moving along, we are into the part where we got more drones coming in, and the drones come in really quickly. And if you're just hacking, you should be able to knock these guys out. I was unfortunate and got bad RNG, where one of them shot right away when it came out, and so just moving as fast as we can to get through that. All right, more of these guys, the C-3POs, like I like to call them. They're shooting at me, but again, we're dealing with a lot more of the Turtles 3 stuff going on. So these foot soldiers are coming out of the thing here, being connected just like in Turtles 3 would. Pizza Face drops as a pizza for us. Pizza Face will actually be the boss fight, as you can see. He will be the boss fight of this first Technodrome stage. And then we're just gonna mosey along here to the next little bit. Move here. Da, 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 da. Okay, so we got the moving platform coming up. This is from Turtles 3 again. Moving platform. All right. So again, I was just gonna point this out. Like we can probably do donations right here or something like that. You know, whatever can be said right there. I'm just gonna put in this little plug here that we do have some turtle games that are being submitted. I've noticed that guys have submitted Turtles 4. I like submitting Turtles 2 as well. But I feel like a good Turtles block with a few games of Turtles would be needed to make these runs a little bit more interesting, and also to give the viewers a lot more Turtles to watch from very good runners. Like I said, I myself hold a record of this game, and I hold the record. I held records for Turtles 2 as well, and Turtle games are the ones I love to play and speed run. And so, um, not so much Turtles 4 because there's a lot more to it for me. But I love the NES versions of the game. And I also have speedrun the Game Boy versions as well, especially Back from the Sewers, which I hold the second place time behind El Rock. So that was another mini boss. And now we get to face Shredder again from Turtles 3. This is the Turtles 3 Shredder that's going around. He's jumping off the side of the wall. He's coming after me. He's actually giving me good RNG here. He's not jumping off a ton. He could be jumping off the walls a ton, or like he is right now at this point. But he can also be very simple and easy, where he's just very close to you and he's trying to hit you instead. But there he is. That mini boss fight with Shredder. And now we're moving on. Now we're in this kitchen stage. Now I don't know if where this actually comes from. I'm assuming it might be the Game Boy Advance game, or it might be just something they put in. But it has to come from somewhere because most of the game is being made from other games. So I'm assuming it's going to be from another game itself. Here's some pizza mutants. And when you kill those, you can actually pick up the pizza to get some health if you want, but I'm not going to pick it up because Pizza Face is actually going to come in here shortly on this fight. After I hit this one foot soldier, he's going to come in and drop right here where I'm standing. Kaboom, done. And then right when you do that, here's the fight. Pizza Face is really simple and easy, and again, like I said, Shogun's range is really good. So he's trying to do this kick attack, and if you get him in that kick attack loop, that's the best RNG, and that's the quickest fight you can have. Alright, now here we go. Got the Technodrome look from Turtles 2, the arcade game, and from the 1989 arcade game. And now you have like a Mega Man sequence here. You have 2 more stages to go in the Technodrome, and here we go. The first one, you have a mixture of Game Boy Turtles versus you have a mixture of Game Boy Turtles and Turtles 1, and this is the Game Boy one first that we have to deal with. Some little platforming. Platforming with Dirtbag is actually not as easy as it looks. It's not easy with Dirtbag. You kind of have to make sure you can avoid things, and I got lucky. So our first fight here at the end of this, here's our first fight. This fight is Scratch, and I know he comes from Radical Rescue, the third game from the Game Boy series. I do know that for sure because I remember that one. And the previous one, the Snake guy from the previous stage, was also from Turtles 3 Radical Rescue for the Game Boy. There you go. All right, so here's some Turtles 1 action for you. This is Technodrome look from Turtles 1. And this is what you don't want to have happen. But here's the strat here. When you get to this section here, use your special attack and just keep it going. And the special attack just destroys everything in front of you. So as you can see, I'm just keeping up with it so it can just destroy everything ahead of me. And then get to the hole. And once you get to the hole, here's Big Mega Mouser as the enemy. And the bad thing about this is that you cannot just stand there to hit the Mega Mouser mouth. You have to use jump attacks with Dirtbag. If you were using Shogun, you can use actual just hitting, and the fight's really quick with Shogun. However, in this case, we can use the special attack to help us, and then just do some jump attacks to do it, and that's Big Mouser in a nutshell. Mega Mouser in a nutshell. I like calling Mega Mouser. Alright, now we're down to the Shredders. Okay, so this is going to be the end of the game. This is the last stage. And, fittingly, it's the Technodrome from Turtles 2, the arcade game. So here we go. We're going to pick Shogun. And again, Shogun's going to finish it off for us. And we start off from Turtles 2, the arcade game from the NES, to start off this stage. As you can see, the nice little guns going back and forth. That's actually from the arcade game itself, too. How the laser bolts there coming out of there from the wall. All right, so here's the interesting thing, just so that you just saw right there. Notice that I didn't hit some of those foot soldiers, and it was because that laser actually does some damage for you. So the nice thing is you can get the and they're roadkill Rodneys. These guys get eaten alive pretty quickly with Shogun, but that laser helps us in providing some damage to enemies for us, so we don't have to do everything to knock them out. Three freeze rays right there, and then move it on. Here's a nice little strat. We can just drop the controller right here. You can just stand along this side right here and not do anything. We're going to have some Triceratons coming up at the end of this line here. You have to wait for these balls to come down twice, so they'll do two like that. And then they'll do two like this. And then we're done. And then we can move on. Alright, there we go. Then we'll have some Triceratons drop. Again, if you group them all together, these group is a lot easier to take care of because you actually hurt them more versus the actual boss fight. But they're quick and easy. Take care of these guys really quick. These guys are going to jump in, take all four of them out, bam, just like that. And now we got Roar coming in. And Roar is from Tournament Fighters. So this is one of the Tournament Fighter bosses that you get to see in the game. And if you can get him in doing that pattern for a while, that's really good RNG like I was just doing. But when he gets the punching, that will cost me, and it did cost me right there, just a couple of seconds there. That could have made that fight a little bit faster. Alright, now we get Shredder and Krang. I actually realized that there's a better strat to this than what I show here in this record video. If I move my character down, now I'm moving down a little bit. If I move my character down, Krang will actually come down towards you. But if you stay too high or too low, he won't move at all. And because I want to set up for this. I want to set up for where I can hit Krang and Shredder at the same time. And Krang is just doing his thing. Shredder is the Shredder fight from Turtles 3 from earlier. And he's just doing his kicks and all that stuff. Krang getting out of here. He's shooting up. He's invisible for a little bit. Shredder is a little annoyed. He's going to go up here. And now the platform goes up. And so when the platform goes up, this is where Super Shredder from Turtles 3 is going to come out. And as you can see, that was a Turtles 2 look to the stage. And now we're in a Turtles 3 look to the stage. The background looks from Turtles 3 right here. Alright, so he's under the toilet thing here. He'll do a toilet flush. And here comes some ooze. And now he will turn into Super Shredder from Turtles 3. The Turtles 3 Super Shredder. And he's very easy. If you get him in this RNG where he just does that attack, it's the easiest, and I'm not kidding, the easiest fight in the world to do. And there he goes again. And boom, he's done. Now there is a death glitch here. I have seen a death glitch right here where I had low health and the last lightning bolt that he shot up hit me right as soon as I killed him. And when that happens, death glitch means that you have soft locked the game. You can't do anything. And so I've lost the world record pace before with that, but that was before this world record, so this was a faster run than that. But I have lost a good pace before because of a death glitch right here at the end of the game. And this is like the worst place to have it happen too, because you've done like 55 minutes of the game and all of a sudden you're like, oh shoot, I can't do anything. Alright, so Krang, he's in this massive machine here. The best RNG is him shooting versus him hopping around. And that's that Krang in a nutshell. Very simple, very easy. Very easy. You just stand in that corner. It's a very simple fight. You don't have to worry about anything. Alright, here's the final fight of the game. Time stops on the final hit of Cyber Shredder. So you get Cyber Shredder here. Here we go. Cyber Shredder splits into two, but it's the left one is the one you fight. And this is the beauty. This is beautiful RNG right here. If you get this pattern, you get pretty much a fast fight. I pretty much got that whole fight to go like that. And there's the fight in a nutshell. Very quick fight, done, easy, and that's it. That is Rescue-Palooza. Yeah, yeah, Tournament Fighters Shredder is in the game. So, yes. Um, so this would be a very great game to have into GDQ, into any marathon, to be really honest with you. Like I said, it's going to be featured in Retrothon this year. It's going to be a lot of fun to play. A lot of good different games shown into this. Let's play a whole bunch of games into one, and let's have fun, and let's have a Rescue-Palooza going on. This is a really good game to showcase because it's a newer game, and it's a fan-made game, and it's a newer game. And we get to rock out to some turtle power at the end of the game, too. So, it's a lot of fun here. Um, Pizza Power. Sorry, it's Pizza Power, not Turtle Power. Turtle Power is from the Turtles movie, Turtle One movie. This is Pizza Power that you get to listen to at the end. So we get to listen to Pizza Power at the very end of the game. And let's have some fun with that, Let's have some fun listening to Pizza Power. Why not, Let's make a Turtles block and have Pizza Power be the last song of the Turtles block. Be perfect. Be a perfect ending to a great run. Anyway, this still has chances to have world record paces even. This is still in its infant stages. We don't know if there's any glitches out there. We don't know how well they've really made the game, but the makers of the game did a very, very good job of how they put this game together and everything. I have thoroughly enjoyed it, working on runs again, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. When we were doing most of our runs, it was most of our runs during last summer when the game came out, just to learn the game and see what was out there. Now, again, the reason why I used the 1.09 patch is because of the fact that you can do multiple hits on Dirtbag's special. The latest patches have taken that out, and so that's why we try to hold on to running it with this 1.09 patch versus the ones that are out there. And it's really a lot of fun. It's a great game. I enjoy it. I know the viewers would enjoy it. They would like to see it. It's a free fan-made game as well, and so people could get their hands on it, and definitely have a chance to play it. Like I said, I play it off a Super Nintendo controller attached to my PC. It's a PC game, so it's a lot of fun. A lot of good things that you see here in the game. A lot of different characters that you can play as. A lot of different things that brings it back to your childhood when you were watching Turtles. So, who wants to play characters from the Turtle show, So, it was. Now we're at the very, very end. You are truly acceptable students, and I'm proud to be your equal. And then, you mean proud to be our sensei, don't you? Mikey says, and then sensei means leader or guide, but you no longer need a guide. And there they go. Yeah! Turtle power! Cowabunga! Alright. So, this is the game. I hope you enjoyed my submission. Again, I apologize for the delay earlier. I fixed that hopefully during the rest of the run, during the rest of the submission video. So I apologize for that. But this is a fun game, and let's have it happen. And yeah, let's run Turtles. Let's run Turtles Rescue-Palooza. Let's have a Turtles block. I'll wear Turtles stuff that day. Alright. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.